Hello 6th class students. So today we are going to learn a new chapter from your NCERT textbook of science, that is chapter number 2, components of food. In chapter 1 we made list of the food items that we eat. We also identified food items eaten in different parts of India and marked these on its map. Okay. A meal could consist of chapati, dal and brinjal curry. Another may be rice, sambar and a vegetable preparation of ladies finger, that is known as bhindi. Yet another meal could be appam, okay, fish curry and vegetables. Let's do activity 1. Our meals usually have at least one item made up of some kind of grain. Okay, grain. What is grain? Okay, grain like wheat. It's a grain. From there we get a lot of things, like we get the dalia, okay, porridge. From different parts of the wheat we get different things. Other items could be a dal or a dish of meat and vegetables. It may also include items like curd, buttermilk and pickles. Here buttermilk means lassi, okay? Lassi. Some examples of meals from different regions are given in table 2.1. You can check it out. Select food items you depicted on the map in chapter number 1. Okay. The items which you did in chapter number 1, you have to mark it. The activity which you did in chapter number 1. Okay. So these are the things, I have underlined them. So you have to underline the things which you mentioned in the chapter number 1, which you know, okay, which you were knowing in the chapter number 1 and now you have come to know about in chapter number 2 also. So have to underline or circle them. Okay, now let's learn further. Add some more meals to the list and enter these in table 2.1. You can make a chart and you can add. Sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. If we are traveling, we may eat whatever is available on the way. It may not be possible for some of us to eat such a variety of items most of the time. Okay, if suppose a person from Chennai moves to Punjab, it's difficult for him or her that to live in Punjab for some years or some months, as the person living in Chennai eats rice daily, but the person living in Punjab eats what? Wheat. Okay, so we can't eat sometime same variety of the food everywhere. Let's move on. There must be some reason though why meals usually consist of such a distribution. Okay, so they are asking that there must be some reason though why meals usually consist of such distribution, like which meals are there in Chennai, which are there in Punjab. I have taken an example of the states, okay, like we eat them. So why they are like this? Do you think that our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? Yes, the special purpose can be that the climate also requires the same thing, or the components of food which we need related to the climate. If it is cold, you need the warmer food. Yes, if it's summer, okay, if it is summer, you need cold things. Okay, so let's begin. 2.1. What do different food items contain? We know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients which we get from plants and animals. Which we get from plants and animals, you have to underline. Okay, I have taught you now. Sources, sources of food. Two sources of food are what? What are the two sources of food, guys? That is plants and animals. Okay. Next, ingredients. Food contains some ingredients and some components that are needed by our body. These components are called nutrients. Let's read from here also. These ingredients contain some components that are needed by our food. Okay, I will explain you. Wait for a minute. Okay, let's begin. So this is the food. F for food. Okay, food. Now food contains what? It contains ingredients. That ingredients contain components. Yes, that ingredients contain components that are needed by our body, that are known as what? What are these known as? Nutrients. Okay, which give us nutrition. Okay. Okay. Now let's learn about them. Now you need to highlight the things which are important. Till nutrients you can highlight also. The major nutrients in our food are named carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. You need to mention them because they are important. Okay. Now, in addition, food contains dietary fibers and water, which are also needed by our body. Okay. Do all food contains all these nutrients? You can also comment this answer before seeing the answer in the video. Okay. The answer is no. Why no? Because not all food contains all these nutrients. Some food contains some nutrients, some contains some. It's not possible that all should contain the same thing. Okay. With some simple methods, we can test whether cooked food or a raw ingredient contains one or more of these nutrients. The test for presence of carbohydrates, proteins and fats are simpler to do as compared to the test for the other nutrients. Okay, they are saying that the test for carbohydrates, proteins and fats are simpler to do, okay, as compared to the other nutrients like vitamins and minerals. Let's check it out. Let us do this test and record our observations. Okay. Now you all have to note it down on your notebooks, your observations while doing this activity or while reading this activity. Okay. Let's start. For carrying out these tests, you will need solutions of iodine, copper sulfate and caustic soda. Guys, you have to take your notebook and write the material needed, because when you will doing the question, NCERT questions, you need to take the material. Yes, so it should be mentioned in your question that what's the material required. So that's why you need to take care. So let's check it out. Solution of iodine, copper sulfate and caustic soda. You will also need a few test tubes, okay, and a dropper. Try these tests cooked food items, okay. Try these tests on cooked food items as well as raw materials, ठीक है. अब आप cooked food items पे भी इसको कर सकते हो और raw materials पे भी, जैसे cooked rice ले लिए, ठीक है. Table 2.2 shows you a way to record the observation from this test. Some food items are given in this table. You can conduct the test either with these or any other available food items, because in this the items given in the table are mentioned because the items that contain most of the things that are mentioned, that you can learn how the colors look, how the testing shows. Okay, try these tests on the cooked food items, okay, or the raw materials also. Table 2.2 shows you way to record the observation from this test. Okay, now let's start the testing. If required solutions are not available in ready-made form, your teacher can prepare them as given in the box. Okay, that can be done in the laboratory. Let us begin by testing different food items to see if they contain what? Carbohydrates. Yes, the main thing are carbohydrates. They give us what? Energy. Okay. There are many types of carbohydrates, but the main carbohydrates found in our food are in what? In the form of starch and sugars. Okay. You might be eating biscuits. Yes, in biscuits you can check out the backside of the package. You can check out that it will be written that carbohydrates this much, energy this much, protein this much. This will be given. You need to check. Okay, this will further help you. We can easily test if a food contains starch. Activity 2. Test for starch. Take a small quantity of a food item or a raw ingredient. Okay. Here they have taken the potato, but you can take the rice too, because rice also contains more amount of carbohydrate. Here guys, they have taken the potato because it contains most of the carbohydrates. That's why. Okay. Now, what are the steps? You have to underline. Put 2-3 drops of dilute iodine solution on it. Observe if there is any change in the color of food item. Okay. You have to add the drops of dilute iodine solution. Dilute iodine solution means it should be diluted with water. It should be in the liquid form, and you have to take it, and with the help of the dropper you have to place 2-3 drops of dilute iodine solution. Did it turn blue, black? The question. Okay, your observation will be yes. Okay, observation will be yes. Let's check out. A blue-black color indicates that it contains starch. Okay. A blue-black color indicates that it contains starch. You can write here conclusion. Okay. Conclusion. That what's the observation about this activity? In all the activities you can mention it. Let's begin now for the next topic. Repeat this test with other food items to find out which of these contains starch. Enter your all observation in table 2.2. Okay. Now we are going to test for protein. Take a small quantity of a food item for testing. If the food you want to test is a solid, you first need to make a paste of it or powder it. Okay, grind it or mash it in a small quantity of the food item. Put some of this in a clean test tube and add 10 drops of water to it and shake the test tube. Okay, you can see the boy, he is doing the same thing. He has taken the food item, added 10 drops of water. Okay, 10 drops of water, that is known as H2O. Okay, symbol of water is H2O. Okay, so next the step is they have added the water and then shake the test tube that the water gets mixed with it. Okay, Now using a dropper, add 2 drops of solution of copper sulfate. Okay, you need the copper sulfate solution and 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to it. Okay, we have to add to the test tube. Have to underline. Okay. Shake well and let the test tube stand for a few minutes. What do you see? That the contents of test tube turn violet. A violet color indicates presence of proteins in the food items. So, the presence of violet color indicates the proteins in the food item. And the starch indicates the blue-black color. Yes, blue-black color. Now you can repeat this test on other food items also. I will give you example. Like you can take the dal. You can see the dal is like this. Small pieces. You can mash it and you can make the powder. If you have made the powder, then put it in it and add water and then you can do the same activity. Okay. The same activity can be repeated if the thing is solid. Okay. Test for fats. This is very easy and in daily life also we see this. So you need not to do this specially. Take a small quantity of a food item, wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. Okay. You can take a paper. Okay. I am going to take a paper like this. You have to take a paper. You have to add something. Okay, like I am adding something. Like I am adding the pakoras. Everyone likes to eat the pakoras. Yes. So then you have to wrap them. We have to wrap them up. Okay, it will look like this in the small piece. Then you have to crush it also. Okay, if you will crush, the cracks will come in it. Okay, like this, cracks will come. Then what you see? There will be oily patches here. I'll show you the oily patches. Okay, see here. There are the oily patches that shows the presence of fats. Now it is not need to mention here because you all know this activity. Yes, you can perform it also. If the food doesn't show the patches, it means it doesn't contain the fats. Okay, and let's do the reading. These lines are of days only that I told you. Okay, you can read them also. What do these tests show? Are fats, proteins and starch present in all the food items that you tested? Does a food item contain more than one nutrient? Do you find any food item that does not contain any of these nutrients? Okay, you have to tell. We tested food items for 3 nutrients: carbohydrates, proteins and fats. There are also other nutrients like vitamins and minerals that are present in different food items. Why do we need all these nutrients? Okay. So, let's learn further. What do various nutrients do for our body? ठीक है, वो क्या करते हैं हमारे लिए? Okay, check करते हैं. Carbohydrates mainly give energy or provide energy to our body. Okay, so you have to underline or the points. Okay, you have to underline the points which I am telling you and mark the numbers like this. You have to mark and I will tell you the numbers. You can mark like it is number 1. Okay, number 1, Wait for a second. You can mark this as number 1, this one as 2, okay? And in fact, now let's learn, okay? Carbohydrates mainly provide energy. Fats also give us energy. In fact, fats give us more energy as compared to the same amount of carbohydrates, okay? Food containing fats and carbohydrates are also called energy giving food, okay? This is the main point. You need to learn them. And I have shown you also. This you have to underline. Figure 2.3 and figure 2.4. Let's see them, okay? Some sources of carbohydrates you can see around you here. And some sources of fats. And they have given the sources of plants also and animals also, okay? Proteins are needed for the growth and repair of our body, okay? Now, what we are talking about, that proteins. What are proteins? Proteins are the nutrients and they provide growth and repair our body, okay? Let's learn further. Wait for a second. Foods proteins are often called bodybuilding foods, okay? Like protein, the food having proteins are also known as bodybuilding because they build up their body. They grow your body, okay? They grow your body, yes? Vitamins help in protecting our body against diseases. Vitamins also help in keeping our eyes, bones, teeth and gums healthy. And these are referred to as the vitamin A, C, D and E and K, okay? We will read them. Vitamins are of different kinds known by different names. Some of these are vitamin A, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and K. There is a group of vitamins called vitamin B complex. Our body needs all types of vitamins in small quantities. Okay, not more. If there will be more, it will be also a problem. Okay. Vitamin A keeps our skin and eyes healthy. Okay. If you want to keep your eyes and skin healthy, you need to take vitamin A. Vitamin C helps to fight body against many diseases. Like if I take the orange is having vitamin C, and vitamin C helps to fight many diseases. Okay, vitamin D helps our body to use calcium for bones and teeth. These two things you might be studying from class 4th and 5th. Yes, these things you might be studying. These are the main things. Foods that are rich in different vitamins are shown in figure 2.6 to 2.9. Let's watch them. Okay, sources of vitamin A, sources of vitamin B, sources of vitamin C. Let's learn further. And sources of vitamin D. Okay, minerals are needed by our body in small amounts. Water also contains minerals. Okay, each one is essential for proper growth of body and to maintain good health. Our body, now let's read this box also. Our body also prepares vitamin D in the presence of sunlight. Nowadays, insufficient exposure to sunlight is causing vitamin D deficiency in many people. Okay, they are saying that nowadays insufficient exposure to sunlight is causing vitamin D deficiency in many people. Like some people don't like to sit in the sunlight, so they are causing the deficiency of vitamin D. That's a natural one. Okay, that not we have to eat, that comes in our body. Okay, Some sources of different minerals are shown in figure 2.10. Okay, we can see the figure 2.10 also. Let's move further. Most food items usually contain more than one nutrient. Okay, you may have noticed this while recording your observations. In table 2.2, however, in a given raw material, one particular nutrient may be present in much larger quantity than in others. This I already told you the point. Yes, this I already told you. For example, rice has more carbohydrates than other nutrients. Thus, we can say that rice is a carbohydrate rich source of food. Yes. So guys, this is all for today. So we will meet in the next session, that is lesson number 2 or the part 2 of this chapter. So best of luck for your studies and do good and learn good. Bye bye.